table in the rolling waves. Dice in our hand, we're the dungeon's brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty team. Heroes we've become, living out the dream. Roll the dice, feel the thrill. Monsters we will overthrow. Questing with friends in the RPG show. Maps on the table.
Good morning and welcome. It is the 5th day of September 2024. It is about 8 o'clock in the morning here at Site B, and I am your grumpy guide to all the tabletop role-playing game news, weather, and general internet nonsense that is affectionately referred to as that idiot over there. But most of you know me as the OG GM. And it's Thursday in most parts of the world, which means we take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Backerlit, whatever you want to call them, projects that are coming to an end. And then, of course, now, after the last week, all these poor guys have to look at that 10 million plus that Brandon Sanderson made, and that is now the benchmark, and be like, oh, fuck, I can't make that much money. I wish luck to each and every one of you guys. I hope every single solitary person that kickstarts a project meets some success. Just because I don't recommend the product or I don't think it's something I'd buy, what the fuck do I know, guys? I'm an idiot. You are a functioning human being, I assume, except for that guy over there. I'm pretty sure that guy over there is a lobster. So, yeah, if this is something you want to buy it. I just point them out, and, you know, because I'm biased, if it's something I think is cool, I'll point out that it's cool. And if it's something that I think is dumb, I'll point out it is dumb. But at the end of the day, what does my opinion matter? Good luck to each and every one of these crowdfunders. So, you've met a 1,000-year-old vampire. This is, I guess, the sequel to 1,000-year-old vampire. This one, we explore the idea of what do normal people represent to vampires? How do you see the vampires, and how do the vampires see you? Are you friend, employee, lover, food, incidental? Do the vampires view you as something important to the ecosystem of their world? Or do they view you pretty much the same way we view ants? Well, they're necessary but annoying. So this can be solo, or it can be group. There are live plays of 1,000-year-old vampire online with both individuals and groups. And I think I've seen a couple live plays of So You've Met a 1,000-year vampire. I do like the fact that these guys try and use as much stock art as they can. So that's cool. It's $54 for the PDF and the print version. It ends on the 17th. I mean, it could be fun for a weekend or a break. A lot of these games feel more like they're board games and card games than role-playing games. Like, So You Met a Vampire. The concept's great, but it doesn't really feel like something you could continue long-term as an RPG. But it would make a great card game, board game, party game. So, yeah. And as always, with my new revived version take on all these poor guys who have to kickstart a project now under the looming umbrella of Brandon Sanderson's $10 million. Like, dude, all the luck in the world. All the luck in the world to Tim Hushings. Moving on from Zach Bro, we have Animon Story. Legends. Really? You just dropped the POK? You're ready to call it Animon? This is $55 for the PDF and the print version. It's new options for Animon. And it's about guys who go on adventures and collect monsters. Again, while I wish this guy all the luck in the world, I'm also kind of like, dude, this looks extremely familiar. Like, I don't know where I've seen this idea before, but I'm something about this really. Wait, I've got this thing on my phone called Pokemon Go. That said, this little guy on his backpack is cute. This little goblin, yeah, I like him. This little pig, I'm okay with the pig. This little cat Eevee, I'm okay with that. It's Pokemon. I believe our friends from Roll From Combat have a Pokemon-themed game coming out, which I will, of course, support because I port for Roll for Combat. There's been, God, I know there's been a lot of Pokemon-themed role-playing games, both actually published and homebrewed. Has any of them been a success long-term? I don't know. I mean, I'm not aware of one. It doesn't mean they haven't been successful. I've never seen one be successful. I did play in a Pokemon game run by Tristan Marks, and I totally screwed up his ending. From Unlimited Realms Limited. Well, you can't be Unlimited Realms and Limited, but whatever. We have got the new Gobber's Guide to Hearth and Home for 5e. It's $18 for PDF. Do you need some stuff to expand upon your city, town, stuff like that? Settlements, bases, settlement management, that Bronstein stuff. Developing the individuals and the NPCs and making the city a fun, exciting, interactive place where your players will hang out and appreciate so they don't destroy it. I think the goal of any city building campaign management book should at some point, whether obviously or secretly, be that, the whole point is you don't want to make the city so interesting that the players decide that they'll kill everybody and take their shit. Because we know players do that. I like the Ocean's 12 theme of NPCs when Brad Pitt is explaining to the other guy, what's his name? Matt Damon, how to do his character. You want to be memorable but forgettable. You want to be interesting, but the second you're gone, you want him to forget you. So that's my theory for towns and NPCs. You want the towns to be memorable but forgetful, so the players don't decide, hey, let's kill that guy and take his stuff. From Dunder Dagger, we have the evil at the end of the path. This is for Dragonbane. These are adventures. They are SEK 250 for plus the PDF and the print versions. SEK to US dollar is $25 plus shipping, which will probably be ridiculous. So yeah, it's some expansion for Dragonbane. I have not had a chance to play Dragonbane yet. I've watched a couple live plays. I've had literally almost, I don't know how many people have come forward and said, this is the game. This and Shadow Dark are their new games. I haven't heard anything bad about Dragonbane, so okay. So these are adventures for Dragonbane, but you could convert them to any D20 fantasy type thingy. From Dragon X Books, we have Dragon X's Deadly Denzians, a 300-page D&D 5e bestiary. Remember, if you don't have any ideas, make a monster book. I should know. I made one. This is $25 for the PDF and the book. 100% of the funding goes to the artists, and it was 100% made by real-life artists, or at least individuals who claim they're real-life artists. I don't know what Skynet's up to these days, so whatever. I mean, the Terminators look human, right? So if the Terminator's doing the art, is it the AI doing the art, or is it a human doing the art? Everybody's worrying that the AI, Skynet will take over the world and destroy all life when it goes online. But really, what Skynet's doing is taking all our jobs. It took our jobs. Anyways, it's monsters. 300 brand new monsters, or takes on existing monsters. Who doesn't love a monster book? I mean, yeah, you could make your own monsters, but why when somebody's done all the work for you? From Ludospheric, LUDOSPHERIK, we have Barbarians of Lemuria, Mythic Plus Edition. This isn't the Mythic Edition, it's the Mythic Plus Edition. It is £40 plus shipping and handling for the PDF and the print version. It's fantasy rules, setting, and reasons to game in the Barbarians of Lumiar setting, campaign world setting thingy. It's a 2d6 system, very prehistory, old world, Conan the Barbarian, but in the future. So Thundar the Barbarian. From Tanaria Hero, Tania, first word, Herrero, second word, we have Crown of Salt for Morkborg. This is £30 plus shipping and handling for the PDF and the print version of the book. It's buried beneath the salt plains lies the Crown of Salt. So it's a Morkborg adventure set in a Morkborg type world where you got to do a 120-page adventure dealing with something called the Crown of Salt. It's not the worst name for an artifact I've heard. Salt plains are a real thing. Okay, sure, why not? From Ramen Sandwich Press, okay, you win this week's award for best name of a game company. We've got the Hobgoblin's Fortress. It's a D&D D20 adventure. It's $3 for the PDF. You have to go settle a feud between the various forces and the goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears before they can march forward in the war. So you're kind of the bad guys, I guess, or at least you're working for the bad guys. You have to investigate and come and find out what's going on. We've got these forces of goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears. They're all ready to march to war, but they're feuding amongst themselves, and you've got to be the negotiators and mystery solvers. So there'll be a lot of role-playing, a lot of mystery solving, and then, of course, you're dealing with goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears, so there will inevitably be a fight, especially if you decide, wait a minute, we don't want these guys to invade. And it's got this picture. And that's it. Nothing stands out to me. I like the idea of Hobgoblin Fortress. I like the name Crown of Salt. It's Morkborg. Another Thundar the Barbarian. By the way, this guy's wearing a chainmail bikini, and he's a guy. Monsters. Can't go wrong with monsters. Adventures for Dragonbane. City building guide. Not Pokemon. And so you've met a 1,000-year-old vampire. Nothing that stands out 100% to me, but what do I know? If you see something you like, head on over to the links down below to pick them up. Provide a link to Ian World, which you could then use to go to the Kickstarter of your choice. Thank you, Ian World, as always, for letting me use your channel to get my links from. I appreciate you guys. I am the OG GM. If you appreciate this nonsense, let me know. If you never want to hear me do this ever again, let me know. Till next time, stay safe out there because it's spooky, 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 spooky Halloween.
News from the table in the rolling waves. Dice in our hand, we're the dungeon's brave. Adventures tonight with our mighty team. Heroes we become, living out the dream. Roll the dice, feel the thrill. Monsters we will overthrow. Questing with friends in the RPG show.